The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I no longer call you slaves, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have told you everything I have heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me, but I who chose you, and appointed you to go and bear fruit that will remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give you. This I command you, love one another." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
When I printed my invitations to my ordination almost 10 years ago, I chose the verse that we hear today in today's gospel reading. It was not you who chose me, but I who chose you. It's so true, right? I didn't choose to be a priest. It was Jesus who chose me to be a priest. As I really have no business being a priest if you know me and you know my past. But Jesus chose me. Out of all the people in the world, he picked me to be a priest. And so I'm grateful. And likewise, right now, if you're watching this Mass at home, guess what? It wasn't you who chose to get up this morning and turn on the TV or log into St. Bonaventure website to watch this live streaming. It was Jesus who chose you. Out of all the people, right, 8:30 in the morning on a Friday, they're either sleeping or working or having breakfast or whatever. But you chose to watch and pray along with this Mass. But it wasn't you who chose to do this. It was Jesus who chose you. It was you who chose to respond to his call. So know that, right? Out of all the people in the world, he chose you. I don't know how many are watching right now, but he chose you to participate in this Mass. He chose all of us to give us this faith, right? So many people in the world, they don't have faith. They're not watching Mass, they're not attending Mass, they're not practicing the faith. But here we are, celebrating Mass, live streaming the Mass, participating in this Mass. And it was Jesus who chose us. And there's more than that. He has chosen us to be his friends. To be his friends. Imagine that, being a friend of Jesus. Who am I? Who are you to be friends with Jesus? But he has chosen us to be his friend. Wow, right? To know him intimately, to be close to him, to enjoy his love, to love him in return. He has chosen us to be his friend. What an honor. And then so he tells us, you are my friend if you do what I command you, right? Do we want to stay in this friendship? I hope so. Well, then Jesus tells us how. He says, love one another as I love you. If you want to be my friend, follow my commandment. And this is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. Right? And how does Jesus love us? He tells us, no one has greater love than to lay down his life for his friend. So Jesus laid down his life for us. And he's asking us to do the same, to lay down our life for others. That's how we remain in his friendship. What a tall order. What a request. But guess what? He gives us the grace. He gives us the grace. If we try, if we respond, if we do our part, then more and more we're able to do that. More and more we will think less about ourselves. More and more we will serve others. More and more we will sacrifice for the good of others. So even to the point of laying down our life for others. The saints are able to do that. Saint Isidore and his wife are saints. All the other saints, right? They're able to forget themselves, deny themselves, die to themselves for the glory of God and the good of others, right? And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lifetime. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes cooperation with God's grace. But that's what he's calling us to. So I don't know about you, but I want to stay in friendship with Jesus. And so I'm trying my best to more and more to die to self, to serve others and glorify God. So likewise with you too, right? And this is difficult for us because of our fallen human nature. We tend to be self-absorbed, selfish, self-centered, right? And so more and more we have to die to that, forget ourselves, and think of others and think of God if we want to remain in His friendship. To be friends with somebody is to take on their likeness. Think about your friends, right? You tend to talk about the same subject, you tend to wear the same clothes, like the same movies, TV show, food, whatever, right? You tend to take on the likeness of your friends. And guess what? We should take on the likeness of Jesus. We should be like Him. We should love like Him. We should value the things that He values, right? We should take on the likeness of Jesus if we are His friend. And that's the whole Christian life, is to conform ourselves to Jesus more and more until the Father looks at us and sees His Son. That's when we're ready for heaven. So let us give thanks to God, thanks to Jesus for calling us and choosing us to be His friend. And then let us ask for the grace to remain in that friendship by loving one another as He loved us.